I started up in Durham in May, and I'm
Wow.
working my way around, sort of anti-clockwise around England and Wales.
That's so cool. And where did the inspiration for this come from?
My dad, who is a vicar, is a cycling vicar. He cycles everywhere where he practices, although he's retired. And last year we went on a ride. In fact, we go on a birthday ride every year for him, his age in years. He's now 78, so it's become quite a long ride. and this time last year we were riding, and I had just started as the CEO at Cathedral Music Trust, where I work, and slightly harebrained idea sprouted during that ride, and then I really foolishly told a few people, who then said, "Oh, you have to do it now."
Yeah, so it was just an idea that kind of snowballed out of your control.
Entirely so.
But I imagine as a result, though, you've seen some wonderful scenery, wonderful locations, and beautiful buildings.
Oh, it's been incredible, properly incredible. I couldn't quite imagine ahead of time what that would feel like, but I'm about 1,000 miles in so far. So the total thing is nearly 3,000 miles. But so I've done nearly a third. But what's been really amazing and surprising is all the little places you didn't know you were going to see, and discovering, and old priories and things which are sort of off the beaten track. I cycled along the Hadrian's Wall for a bit, which was just incredible, and then was in the Isle of Man. I've never been there during the TT races. So me on a bike and a million motorbikes, and then Wales, which for me has been one of the great joys, because I don't know Wales tremendously well. I did the first part going up to Bangor, and then back down to St Asaph. There's a cathedral, a beautiful old building. And then there's not much cathedral-wise in the middle.
No.
So then I've did the West Midlands, and then I've come back down to Wales. So I started in Hereford on Sunday morning. And I've made it across now to St David's.
Wow. Yeah. And that's one of the beauties of being on a push bike, is that life is that little bit slower, which means that you get to really appreciate these things as you're going around and viewing these buildings and the scenery that you've got there. You've just given great insight. St Asaph Cathedral, it's a small one, isn't it? But it's gorgeous.
It's small. It's really peaceful. It's on top of the hill in St Asaph, and there's just a very lovely community feel to it. Actually, I actually went for a confirmation service, which was quite nice. So I'm trying to go to services, and music and hearing things wherever I go, which adds a challenge, actually, because I was going to say, timing wise,
I was going to say, you've got to be there at the right time.
Yeah, but it's important, I think, and actually the other thing for me isn't just about place to place; it's people to people, and I've been meeting people everywhere I've gone, and that's been incredible. All these people who are so passionate about what they're doing with music.
Yeah, because that's part of that is the reason that you're doing this. So you're part of the Cathedral Music Trust. You mentioned the big boss man, I suppose, is the one way to say it.
I've got a chair. He's definitely the big boss man. Tell me that. I'm CEO there. I have been there for a year. It's quite a small charity. We raise about £1 million each year, and we distribute a good chunk of that financially, which is amazing. We're only a small team of 9 of us. So.
Oh, wow.
But yes, it's all for that. The whole point of the charity is to support music of the cathedral tradition. So it's not just in cathedrals, it's in churches and so on.
Yeah.
And that means choral, it means organs, it means anything that involves people singing, really.
Mm-hmm. I suppose historically, music came from churches and from cathedrals. That is where you went and you heard your even song, and you had your music and your different players.
Yep.
And it's important to keep that piece of heritage.
It's huge, and I think I often say this, and I don't think it's hyperbole. I think it's one of the great cultural exports of this country. It really is. There's a few things which we are really world class at, but I promise you we're world class at choral music in a way that if you go outside of the UK, people just absolutely wax lyrical about how good it is. I'm not sure people here know that enough.
That's a very good point. I'm like, we can't take it for granted, particularly being in Wales, where there's a Landers song, male voice choirs in every corner. And of course, Gina at St David's, we had Ben Richards on the show a couple of weeks ago. They had their whole week festival.
They did, and it sounded incredible. And there was people going to be coming from all over the world to come to this festival. And so music really does bring people together.
Yeah, hugely.
And so, give us a taste then of some of these services that you've been able to sit in on. What have you seen, and what things that you've helped contribute and to keep alive through the trust?
Well, that's been fun, yeah. So just on this trip that I started a few days ago, started in Worcester. And actually, I've got to tell you, I came across a ukulele band in the middle of Worcester who were fabulous, and I did a bit of posting of that on the social media because they were brilliant. But then went to Hereford, where the Three Choirs Festival is currently running.
Oh, wow.
Had some brilliant music there. We funded some of the choristers there. Then went on to Brecon. I didn't get to hear a service there because of timing, but had a lovely chat with them. And again, we've supported actually chaperones for the choristers there.
Oh, nice.
Then to Carmarthen, where actually we haven't yet supported anything, but had a lovely conversation with the team there at St. Peter's Church, who are so full of joy for what they're doing, and they're small.
Yeah,
I think there's about 15 people in total who do the music, but that was a joy. And then St. David's, I arrived yesterday, and similarly there, we've actually supported the travel for choristers because they come from quite a wide area. And that's one of the real barriers to access. If you're a parent or a family and a young child, 8 or 9 years old when you start, it's quite hard. You're going into rehearsals quite a few times a week.
Mm-hmm.
So actually our funding there goes towards travel for them to come into St. David's and back.
Yeah, and of course, St. David's, it's not very urban at all, considering it's a city.
1,500
the people are traveling anyway just to get there.
Oh, it's gorgeous though. What a place.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I am glad that you're getting it, because when you said I'll cycle into the studio, I was like, I'm denying this man who's cycled all at St. David's the opportunity of exploring St. David's, but you are going back.
I'll go back, yeah.
So what's left on this trip? Because you're doing it in chunks.
I am doing it in chunks. This one takes me to Saturday, where I finish in Gloucester. I'm going via the south coast, so to Llanelli, Swansea, Cardiff, then up to Monmouth and round.
Oh wow!
Which will be nice. Yeah,
that's great. So how many miles a day do you do?
Well, yesterday was 80. I have to be honest, I'm feeling it a bit this morning.
You're feeling it this morning.
Yeah. Well, the hills, my God, the Welsh hills, they're amazing, but
yeah,
they're long. Usually about 65 or 70 miles a day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and enough time to know the slow pace that you talked about.
Yeah.
But not so much that I'm, falling over.
That you can't do anything when you arrive at your destination.
Quite.
Yeah. And then you're off to Llanelli today.
No, that's tomorrow.
Oh, that's not too bad
so
then.
Got the rest of today off, which gives me time to do this and a bit of work actually.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're still the CEO at the end of it.
Yeah,
and quite a few miles in between, actually, coming from St. David's to Haverfordwest to back to St. David's. We've made sure you don't have total rest today.
No, it felt quite nice. I was thinking, it's only an hour and a half. So
only an hour and a half, G, on a bike. Could you imagine?
Oh,
changed my mindset. But look, it's been a joy, and obviously I'm doing it for the fundraising, and that part's important. I'll probably do the plug with you, but actually the thing that I'm most keen on is to make sure people know about cathedral music.
Yeah. Well, that's literally what I was about to talk to you about, is because like my family, we're aware of the cathedral music in St. David's in particular through like midnight mass at Christmas and things like that. But it has an annual calendar. Like it's a really important part and a staple part of church life.
Yes, church and I'd argue community life. I mean, obviously more historically, but there's an annual cycle which, once you start to discover it, is a great joy, because the music changes through to represent different things, and that, I think it's a really important bit. As a charity, we're not so much about the faith aspect or the missional aspect, but we're linked to it. So actually there's great joy in it. On our website, there's a whole section which walks you through the year.
Oh, wow.
One of my colleagues, Kathy, is brilliant at this. She's written all of these entries which tell you, if you're going to go into a space at Christmas, here's what to expect, but also here's some of the music and the history of that. And similarly throughout the year.
That's really cool, because we're joined by the Reverend Sophie and Father Neil on a Gratitude Tuesday, and Alive and Kicking on a Sunday morning takes us through that calendar, doesn't it, Jane?
Yes, it does. Yeah, we get to hear about lots going on in the church, and I say lots. There is always so much going on within the church and with themselves as well. They seem to be here, there, and everywhere, and it doesn't stop, does it? And lots of that does involve music.
Yeah, well, I think these institutions are a really important part of their community, even if people don't necessarily subscribe to the faith aspect of it so much anymore. Actually, the civic purpose, and you see it in St David's through and through. St David's is also the concert hall, right? That's what the cathedral is.
Yes.
And it's also obviously a big tourist site, so that sort of magnetism of it in a place like that is really obvious.
Yeah. And you mentioned it's a concert hall. I've been fortunate enough to sing there myself with the choir. Like, it's an old building, but the acoustics are spot on.
It's gorgeous. It's one of the best.
And then, so tell us more about the trust itself. And if people are thinking, oh, actually, I do want to support and keep this style of music going, keep these communities going, how can they find out more, and how can they help donate to your particular fund?
Thank you. So on our website is where the fundraising for this happens. So if you go to cathedralmusictrust.org, you'll find that there's on the front page a big splashy picture of me, unfortunately, with JJ's Choral Adventure, and you can sponsor me through that, or more generally the trust. We do fundraising every year, so through all sorts of different things, and have other colleagues doing other fundraisers as well. But if people are so inclined at the moment, it would help me up hills to know that people are funding me. There are moments when it's hard, and to know that people are sponsoring is really great.
I love that. So go and take a look at the website. You'll find the link and all the information there of the trust and the types of things that you funded. It's not just about the music, it's about travel, it's about the 360 view of keeping these things going, which is great. Have a moment and think about something or someone you're grateful for. Gina, on our Facebook, we've had a few gratitudes in.
Yes, we have. We have got Sandy Bear Children's Bereavement Charity been in touch this morning, and they say, we are grateful for the amazing volunteers that support and help our children and family throughout Wales, and also to our amazing team that respond and support to people often at the most sad and challenging times.
It's wonderful to have those available. Rebecca Singh, fun events, grateful for fun events for the whole family. Had a great day out at the Torch Theatre seeing live dinosaurs. Memories forever right there. I think there's even a t-shirt to match with that one. And
great.
And Ali's been in touch too.
Yes, she has. She's posted a picture of a beautiful dog, and it says, Mr. Buzz, filling a gap after losing my Coco. So, gorgeous.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's an ice cream van in the back of that shot as well. So hopefully she indulged in an ice cream.
And Mr. Buzz as well, doggy ice cream.
Minnie loves a doggy ice cream. Jonathan.
Am I allowed to?
Yes, of course you can.
All right, I'm going to start with my family because my wife and kids are long suffering, given that I'm on the road. So I'm very grateful to them, particularly my wife, who's been doing all of the childcare while I'm away. And the second one, actually, I'm inspired by the first person who wrote in, our volunteers at the Trust as well. We have loads of them, and they're amazing. They do all sorts of events. They do loads of talking about what we're about to people, and they're brilliant.
I would wonder what this world would be like without volunteers giving up their time to share messages and to help these things happen. So a great thing to be grateful for. Remind us one more time who you are, where they can find out what you're doing, and how they can find out about the Trust.
So I'm Jonathan. I'm CEO of Cathedral Music Trust. We're based all over the UK. And you can find out more on the website, www.cathedralmusictrust.org. It's a long one, or on our social media channels.
I love that. Now, it's usually me that puts guests in an awkward position. I'm going to put Gina in the awkward position chair instead.
Yes. Is there a song that you would like to hear this morning, Jonathan? He puts you right on the spot.
You didn't ask me this. Am I allowed anything choral?
We'll see what we can do. Go on, have a think.
You know what, actually? Take Me Back to My Youth, which isn't such a choral thing. Paul Simon, Rhythm of the Saints. Do you know that album?
Yes. Is that the one that you did after going away
in Africa?
Yes.
And they're a brilliant track. I wouldn't mind any of the tracks on that. One of those tracks.
What have we got here?
Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, maybe? That's a great one.
Got it. We've got it.
Brilliant.
There we go. We'll put that on for you next. Jonathan, thank you so much for cycling in to see us, to go back to St. David's. We've had Joanna with us. Delton's been with us. All watching us on social media. If you've just joined us and missed it, go and catch the video up on our social media, on our YouTube. It's been a pleasure and a delight talking to you. And Gina and I, we both love music and understand that it's more than just a sound. It's a real feeling, and it does bring these communities together. And the Trust is helping do that and keep these communities together for even longer. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I hope that you've got good shorts on.
They're well padded.
Gina, it's 20. Well, it's gone 20 past 9.
Oh, that means you've got your last chance to get involved with our Unscramble competition this morning. Head over to our Facebook page, Pure West Radio. Get involved with unscrambling those letters. It could be getting you a place in our main prize draw to win an annual family pass to Folly Farm.
What's on with the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park? Up next here on Pure West Radio.